Hey, how we doing today? It's 1:10 on Wednesday. It's going to be kind of a busy day. In fact, it's still being a really busy week. I've got a discussion of this huge paper, the next case study due. It's going to be a crazy weekend. Firstly, we got some M5 axles here from 01, I want to say, with 99,000 miles. So there's, the little bit of corrosion on that part there, but there's no rust on the main axle, and the boots are dry and sealed, and that's what I'm looking for. And even put the axle nut on there. So two fresh axles ready to go. The new ones were 6 times the price that I paid for these, a little more than 6 times the price, so that's not going to happen. So I got to take the axles into Lyric Motorsport. So I talked to them about, or I emailed Tom last night about the subframe welding on the first part that holds the differential, the differential mount on the subframe. He said that's no problem. He's going to order the Dynon part. They can TIG weld it up there. So it looks like we're doing that. But I'm going to go talk to him about that a little more, drop off the axles. I need to get oil for the smart car. The filter needs to come today. I ordered that on Amazon. It should be here today. Need to change the oil, need to clean it up, and then I think I've got someone coming to look at it tonight. So that's good news. Alrighty, here's the axles. I spent about 5 minutes going over kind of the whole thing with just some degreaser, and then I used a little bit of brake clean on this center spot to get some road goop off, whatever it was. It's not axle grease, it's none of that. They cleaned up very well. These things have 99,000 miles on them from an 01, and really they look good. So that's a success. He included the axle nuts too, but I'm replacing these. These are cheap, so I'll probably just throw the old axle nuts out. Here's this Dynon differential front mount reinforcement thing. It's the D170002. We're using the smart car as an easel now, but it kind of shows where the mount goes. They include a mount in the kit that I'm not going to be using. So here's the regular mount that comes down off the subframe. These are pretty horrible quality pictographs, but then we're just welding in a small plate, looks like a keystone of aluminum. So I'm sure that they will have better instructions, hopefully with better graphics, but if nothing else, that's a good idea of what we need to do. But this car's pretty dirty. It has not been washed in many months. There's some brake dust on the front wheels, all the glass is dirty. It still has salt on the front. I'm going to pull that front plate off when I clean it today, clean all the wheels. Door jambs need to be cleaned. I'll get rid of those nasty brown mats, just leave the carpet. Clean the carpet, probably just wipe the seats down. I don't think I'll condition it, but it'll be looking good when I'm done with it. Just need that oil filter to show up, and then I can change the oil. Look what finally showed up today. I put an order in for one of these months ago, never got it. Tried it again a couple days later, here it is. So I don't know what happened to the first one, but we got one now. This is a Blackstone oil analysis kit. You put your old engine oil in there, you send it into them. They fully analyze what's in there, give you a general idea of engine health. So we're going to be doing two analyses, whatever. One of the old engine, I'm just curious to see how that is. It could be a selling point. If it comes back and it's really good, then hey, the engine's good, buy it. If it comes back really bad, then I'll be like, hey, damn, good timing on that one. Either way, I'm curious, so we're going to do that. Problem is they want you to warm it up real well before you send it in to burn any natural occurring vapor out of the oil, any water. That's not going to be possible unless I just let it sit there and chug away with no exhaust on it in the shop. I'm not too worried about it. I'll just send it in and kind of ignore water content. And then with the new engine, when that's broken into, I don't know, first oil change around 1,000 miles, I'll have a sample done. Although Tom wants to use this guy that's in Ohio somewhere, he would be able to interpret those results. However, Blackstone's kind of a standard, so maybe I'll do one of each. The Blackstone ones are not expensive. So that's that. Stopped into the shop today, put those clips in. Progress made since I was there before. The wheel bearings are out, new wheel bearings are on the way. It looks like I'm getting the control arms and stuff on Friday. Wheel bearings will either be Friday or Monday, probably Monday. I'll get all that in. They are going to weld in that Dynon reinforcement plate on the front diff mount on the subframe. So we're looking to have the subframe and the differential and the new axles and the wheel bearings and the control arms and everything with the rear end of the car done by about Monday. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns into Wednesday, but we're shooting for Monday. So that means the engine build resumes next week. It's done by the end of next week, and then the following week the old engine comes out and the new engine goes in. They're thinking 4 days for the swap, including the time to put the new clutch in and all that. And you know, the transmission down, the clutch is just going to be a couple additional bolts and I don't know, a gear pull or whatever you need to get it off of there. So we're coming into the meat and potatoes of the project here, but so far no huge setbacks. The machine shop was late and all that, but it's worked out fine. We're still on track for May 1st or before. They also said they want to keep the car a couple days when it's done, put some miles on it, warm it up, get it through its paces a little bit, start the break-in procedure, which I'm fine with. He said it's very common after an engine is rebuilt and possibly likely that a check engine code or 3 show up just for something basic that they can then tune or whatever, finesse the engine to get all the codes and stuff out of it. And then I'll, you know, before I move, I'll be back in there several times doing analysis here and there, check things out, make sure everything's wearing in as it should. Otherwise, I spent like 5 hours today on the smart car. No, not even, like 3 hours, but it was, man, I was fast paced. I did an oil change on that sucker in like 30 minutes. So I got a lady that wanted to come and look at the car at 5:30. I didn't get back from Lyric until it was almost 3, I think. So I got back, I fully detailed it, inside, outside, wheels, tires, glass, inside, outside glass, seats, everything. That took the majority of the time. And then the oil change, I had actually just finished pouring in the last quart and putting the filler cap back on when this lady showed up with her dad. They're looking for her daughter. Just turned 16 and needs a car. So they've kind of agreed to buy it. We're going to switch the title tomorrow, negotiated a good price on it, and looks like that's going to be gone pretty quickly, so that's good news. That'll be out of the way and one less thing to do. So that's today. It's 12:40. I'm going to go to bed. Got to go to class tomorrow morning. Got to go get that title transferred at 1:30 tomorrow. And then I got stuff all over the house. My office is a mess, the garage is a mess, so I'm going to need some defrag time tomorrow to just organize and clean stuff up. But that's where we stand. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on Thursday. Good night.